Aloha everyone, so glad you made it back on your mat for your practice. Just get into something comfy and have your water nearby and your blocks. And if you love this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and to let anybody know about it. And I'll see you on your mat. Aloha.
Thank you so much for making it onto your mat today. My name is Nathie and I'll be guiding you in your Vinyasa flow practice. So just make sure you have blocks and water nearby. We're just going to start in a seated posture. So you can have your hips seated on your heels, just like this. You can sit on a block as well, a block or two underneath you, seated in this posture, just like this. And you can also sit directly on a block or on your sit bones and have your legs crossed, or one shin on top of the other. You can also sit on a folded blanket. Whatever feels comfortable for you here. And we're going to come into a full Sukhasana, resting the palms on the thighs and allowing our eyes to just close here. And recognize how you're feeling in your body right now and what you're bringing with you on your mat. So what kind of energy have you brought with you? And just notice, without any judgment, what is coming up for you right now as you start rooting down into your mat through the sit bones. And without any effort, just allow your breath to flow through you. And bring your attention to all of your body, the sensations in your body, from the feet through the legs, all the way up, through the hips, the torso, the back, the chest, the shoulders, all of the arms, into the wrists and palms and fingers. And up through the neck, the base of the head, and the entire head, including the face, the eyebrows, the third eye area, the cheekbones, and the jaw. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice. Maybe you just want to have absolutely no goal, no intentions at all. Maybe it's just to show up on your mat today. At any point in time, if you need a break, you can come into a resting pose. This is your practice, and whenever you feel like you need to modify, please do so. So we'll take a really deep breath in through the belly, sending the breath up the chest, and then slowly exhale out the mouth or the nose, all the way down, filling out, letting it all out of the belly, completely deflating. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing like that for 3 more deep breaths. Every time you inhale, lengthening the sternum up, sending the shoulders back above the hips, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, staying there as you draw the navel into the spine, feeling deeply lengthened and rooted down. Beautiful. Throughout the practice, we'll just come back to our breaths and make sure that our breath is allowing us to move through our practice with ease and really matching our breath with our movement. So we'll inhale, gently raise your arms overhead, maybe look up, maybe keep your eyes closed, lengthen the side body, exhale, hands to heart. We'll do this again, inhale, reach, exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the right, hooking your left hand outside of your right thigh and your right hand at the base of your lower back. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist a little deeper, maybe looking over the right shoulder. 2 breaths here. Breathing into the twist, expanding all of the torso. Inhale, back to center, reach arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Same thing here. Inhale, reach sternum up. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Use the leverage of your back hand to really send the sternum up, lengthening the spine. 2 breaths. And inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, cactus your arms, opening up the pectoral muscles, the front chest, lifting the sternum up, opening the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Once more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Good. And then we'll release the arms. And then we'll come into extending the legs forward in front of us. So just allow the legs to extend forward, shake, 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 sitting onto the sit bones. Really rooting down. You can also sit on a block here. And we're going to come into Dandasana. Toes flexed towards you. If you feel like your knees are hyperextending, have a slight bend in the knees. You can roll up a towel here and just stick it underneath the knees. Place the palms of your hands down on the mat, fingers pointing towards the feet. And here, we're going to create a 90-degree seated posture here. So draw the navel into the spine, lengthening the spine, the crown of the head towards the sky, chin level with the mat. Pressing out of the mat with your hands. Inhale, press, really reach shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. And we'll do this once more. Inhale, press into the mat, strong arms, open shoulders. Exhale, release. We'll do this once more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Good. And then bring the hands behind the hips, bend the knees, soles of the feet on the mat, about mat width apart, and just windshield wipe the knees here, side to side. Inhale to center, exhale, drop the knees. So just keep moving like this. Loosening up the hips and the lower back. Good. And then come back to center here. Take the right ankle, place it on top of the left thigh. And just hold here your figure 4. If you want it a little bit deeper, just step your left foot a little closer to you. Lengthen the heart up. You can press out of the mat with the palms of your hands. You can look up, chin up, or down, just trying to keep a relaxed neck here. And then release that ankle down. Inhale, take that left ankle, place it on top of your right thigh. And you can start by doing this with your leg extended first and then stepping the right foot onto the mat. If you want it deeper, just step your foot closer to you. Take a deep breath here. Feel that deep opening in the left hip. Breathe into that hip. And then release that ankle down onto the mat. Shake, shake, shake the legs. Good. And then we'll turn our ankles onto the sides and we'll come into a tabletop. So place the palms of the hands on the mat underneath shoulders and knees hip-width apart underneath hips. So just allow yourself here to come into tabletop, settle into the tabletop. Look down at your mat and just notice all 10 fingers wide open. You can also point the fingers a little bit out towards the corners of the mat to have your elbows pointing towards you as opposed to out away from you. And just notice here your core. Draw the navel into the spine. We're in neutral spine, but we're activating the core here. Deep breath. Good. And then on your next inhale, lift that left knee to the elbow and then start rotating it counterclockwise. Start rotating that left knee counterclockwise, opening that left hip, but concentrating on keeping the core drawn in. So draw in the belly button into the spine. Relax the neck as you look down at the mat. And then switch sides with your circles. Really bringing that knee back, up and around and down. Notice the sensation in your left hip, your lower back, all the 4 sides of the hips. And then lower that knee down. Take an inhale, look up into your cow, tailbone up, drop the belly, press out of the mat with all fingers. Exhale, round into your cat here. Really draw the navel into the spine, drop the head down, tailbone down, and press out of the feet, the top of the feet into the mat. Inhale, look up, reach the heart forward and up. Exhale, round. Protracting the shoulder blades, opening up the upper back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. 2 more like this on your own. Warming up the spine. Good. Come back to a neutral spine when you're done. Inhale that right knee towards the right elbow and then start rotating it clockwise. Big circles, draw big circles with your knee here. Using your breath, come back to your breath. Notice the difference in sensation on this side compared to your left side. And then switch directions with the circles. This is a really great way of warming up the hips. Beautiful. And then come back to center, bring the knee down, knees together, tuck the toes, send your hips back into the heels, reaching the arms forward, dropping the forehead down on the mat. And you can lower the forearms down, bend the elbows, bring your hands up into reverse prayer or rotate your wrists here. Big circles with the wrists. Deep breath into the toes, into the wrists.
And then switch directions with the circles of your wrists. Expanding the belly into the thigh as you inhale. And then as you exhale, just relax the forehead here. And then come to stillness in reverse prayer. Hands behind head. Deep breath. One more breath here. Exhale. Good. Come back up into tabletop. Knees hip width apart. You can keep the toes tucked or untucked. Turn all 10 fingers towards your knees. And then just sway your hips back and forth here with your breath. Feeling a nice stretch in the inside of the wrists, the forearms. And if you want it a little deeper, you can bring the hands further away from you. Just experiment here with how that feels. You can even try drawing the hands closer to you. And when you sit back, just allow peeling of the fingers. Good. And then come back to center. Turn the fingers back towards the mat and then turn all 10 fingers towards you. You're on the top of the hands here and just allow swaying forward and back very gently here. Open all fingers. You can do one hand at a time if that's easier for you. Switch hands. Good. And then knees together, sit back on the heels, take the palms forward, arms parallel to the mat, and just rotate the wrists again. Good. And in this seat, you can have a block. You can take a block, place it next to you here. You can have your hand on a block. Inhale the left arm over, and then over onto the side here, really reaching, stretching that left side. Take a deep breath here and notice your right shoulder. If it's wanting to curl inwards towards the front, try and open the shoulder back and down so the elbow tucks in and comes near your side body. Notice if you're wanting to curl inwards with the top shoulder. Maybe just open up that top shoulder, peel it open, giving yourself space. Inhale back to center, arms overhead, shifting the blocks to the other side. And then exhale, send that right arm overhead, bend that left elbow in. Your hand is about parallel to the hip, about a foot away from you. Deep breath here. Feel a nice sense of opening in the shoulders and the chest. And exhale a little deeper. Deep inhale into the right side, the ribs, reaching all the way up into the armpit. Exhale. And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, release the arms down. Come back to your tabletop. Open the palms, open the hands, knees hip width apart, tuck toes. Exhale, hips up for down dog. In your initial down dog, you can keep your knees into a bend. You can have a micro bend or a generous bend. Pedal the feet here with your breath. Every time you lower one heel down, notice the sensation in your calf. The opening of the back of the legs. And come back to stillness here. Feet about hip width apart. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down closer to the mat. They don't have to touch here. And notice the line of energy from the fingertips all the way to the tailbone. Reach the tailbone up and back away from you here. Lengthening the spine, relax the neck and the head. And draw the navel into the spine as you send the chest closer to your thighs. Without collapsing in the mid back or the upper back. So once again, the elbows are facing towards the mat, opening up, broadening the upper back to support you. And then exhale, heels down just a little closer. Maybe unbending the knees a little more. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, heels up. Bend the knees. Walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. You can have hands on blocks here. Just like this. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen the spine, crown pointing forward, tailbone pointing back. Drawing the navel into the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Send the weight into the ball of the feet. Really draw the navel into the spine here, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, press out of the feet. Send arms overhead. Reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the right. Arms parallel to the mat. Inhale, back to center. Reach. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Arms parallel to the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach again. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Release your hands down by your sides, Tadasana, palms facing forward, really rooting down into all four corners of the feet here. Feel the power coming up into the legs from the earth. Draw the navel into the spine, tailbone down towards the mat. Really lengthening out of the hips here, feeling the sternum lifting up, the crown lifting up. And just send energy out of your fingers, as if you had lightning bolts coming out of all 10 fingers, reaching down towards the mat, activating your arms. Good. On your next inhale, reach arms overhead, interlace fingers, point the index to the right into your crescent moon. So we're coming into the right, crescent moon. Inhale slightly out of the crescent moon, and then back into the crescent moon. If you have the feet together, just really root down into both feet equally here, sending the left hip towards the left, opening the top shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left, crescent moon onto the left side. Inhale slightly out of the crescent moon. Exhale back into the crescent moon. Again. Inhale back to center. Slight bend in the knees. Exhale into a little back bend here. Choice is yours if you want to extend the knees out again. Unbend the knees, pointing the pubic bone forward. And squeezing the glutes slightly here. Deep breath. And then exhale back to center, hands to heart. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Feet hip width apart. Exhale, bend knees, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands. Step back both feet into your high plank here. just hold your high plank. Hold your high plank. So avoid having your hips pull up towards the sky or dipping your hips down into your high plank. Allow a full strength, press out of the back, heels, draw the navel into the spine, shift your weight forward, belly button drawn into the spine here. Press out of the mat with your palms. Really feel rooted down here, lifting the kneecaps. And then exhale, lower the knees down on the mat and lower all the way down onto the belly. Elbows along sides. Inhale, baby cobra. Untuck toes, press the top of the feet into the mat, lift the heart off of the mat, looking down at your mat, maybe off of the fingers. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, baby cobra, maybe hover the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades, really send the crown forward, pointing the toes back. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. On your next inhale, press yourself into your tabletop, tuck your toes, exhale, down dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Again, inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, the right leg above you, toes pointing down towards your mat to level out the hips so the right hip drops down towards the mat. Reach, creating a nice length before lifting the leg up. So use the right glute, use the inner right thigh. Exhale, draw the knee into the nose, sending your weight forward. And then inhale, sweep it back. 3-legged dog. And then exhale, knee forward, step it between the hands, lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the sternum forward. You can have hands on blocks here. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, shift your hips back for half splits. Flex the right toes towards you. Inhale, sternum forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift slightly. Exhale, fold. Notice the sensation in the back of the right thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. When you're ready, bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Keep the left palm on the hand, turn to the right for a twist, sending the right arm towards the sky. High lunge twist, take a deep breath. And exhale, lower that right hand down on the mat, step the right foot back to meet the left, shift your weight forward, lower the knees down, lower all the way down onto the mat. Untuck toes, hands by your shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra. Really reach the sternum forward. Exhale, lower. This time around, inhale, lift the kneecaps, point the toes, really feel the pubic bone and the front hip bones glued to the mat. Exhale, lower. 2 more like this. Inhale, lengthen and reach, lifting the chest off the mat. Look down or slightly forward in front of the mat here, relaxing the neck. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Maybe hovering the hands off of the mat for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower. On your next inhale, press yourself back up into your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Exhale, hips back for down dog. Finding yourself into down dog here, just pedal out the feet. Really feeling the back of the calves, stretching even more here. And then come back to stillness. And then just allow the heels to fall back down towards your mat as you exhale. Press out of all 10 fingers, broadening the upper back. Lengthening the spine from the tailbone all the way to the fingertips. So really reach the hips up and back. Drawing the navel into the spine. Looking past both legs. So relax the neck, relax the head. On your next inhale, raise that left leg back behind you. Three-legged dog. Take a deep breath, reach. Exhale here. Point the toes down towards your mat to level out the hips. Inhale. Exhale, send your weight forward. Draw the knee into the chest. Hold it here for a breath. And then inhale, sweep it back into your three-legged dog. Reach. And then exhale, draw the knee forward, look between the hands, step between the hands, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the sternum forward. Shining your heart forward here. Exhale. One more breath. And when you're ready, take a really deep breath in. And then maybe with blocks underneath hands, just send your hips back into your half split. So flex those left toes towards you. Maybe just wedging the foot a little bit, inching the foot a little bit forward before you flex. Just make sure that back thigh, that back hip is above the knee, not past the knee. And I'll just grab my blocks here just to demonstrate how you could hold the blocks here. Inhale, slightly lift out of the fold, and then with the lengthened spine, exhale, fold here. Try and reach the belly to the chest as opposed to leading with the head. Inhale out, exhale, fold. Inhale out, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and just stay here for a couple of breaths. Breathe into the back, left hamstring, calf. Send the breath down into that left side. And then when you're ready, remove the blocks, bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, plant the right hand down, and then exhale, send that left arm overhead for a nice twist here. Really high up on the ball of the foot in the back. Open the chest sideways here. Relax the neck. One more breath. And then exhale, lower that hand down. Step the left foot back to meet the right into plank. Hold your plank here. Shift your weight forward and back onto your plank. Draw the navel into the spine. Tailbone slightly down towards the heels to really create that flat back. Your shoulder blades are parting. Just make sure you don't hyperextend those elbows. For some of you who are hyper flexible, just keep a slight bend in those elbows here. And take a deep breath. Good. Exhale, lower down onto the forearms for low plank, forearm plank. Take a deep breath here. 2 more breaths into this low plank. Draw the navel in. Really activate those legs, lift the kneecaps. And then when you're ready, press yourself back up into a high plank. Exhale, hips back for down dog. Good. Take 3 deep breaths here in your down dog as you lift the hips up and back. Create a nice length in the spine once again. Imagine somebody pulling you from behind, somebody wrapping a belt around your hips and just tugging towards the back. Imagine someone just pulling your hips back. Good. On your next inhale, just roll yourself into a high plank. Bend the knees. Flex the back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll forward, and just continue like this into an ebb and flow movement. like an ocean wave, crashing onto shore, using your breath, inhaling forward, exhaling back and up, and then just roll like this for a few cycles of breath here. And then switch directions. Send yourself forward, then roll your spine up and back, then bend the knees, send yourself forward into high plank, roll yourself up and back into down dog. And just keep moving like this. 3 more breaths. And then finding yourself back into down dog. Good. Inhale the right leg behind you, reach it high. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, step it between the hands here. And then just allow here your back foot to pivot onto the side so it might land into a 45-degree angle. And just bring yourself up into your warrior 2. So your hips can be on an angle facing the top left corner of the mat. Reach those arms out, shoulders down and away from the ears. Make sure that right knee is tracking open so you can see your big toe and your middle toe. Ground down into that back knife edge of the foot. Bend the knee deeper. Good. Look past your 2 front fingers. And then look at the back arm. Notice if it's higher. Just bring it down slightly. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Really send that right arm overhead. You can land the left hand on the thigh or bind it behind your lower back. Deep breath here. Reach that right shoulder open. Bend the front knee deeper. Inhale, arms back to warrior 2. Exhale, release the right forearm down on your right thigh, and then just sweep that left arm overhead into extended side angle. Deep breath here. And then maybe turn that left pinky down towards the mat. Really lengthen from the knife edge of the back foot all the way to the fingertips. Option here, if some of you want to go a little higher into the core working out, reach that right arm to meet the left. 3 breaths. For some of you who are keeping your forearms onto the thighs, try not to collapse all your weight into your forearm. And then inhale back to center, warrior 2 arms. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Feeling it. Inhale. And then exhale, windmill your hands forward. Step it back to meet the left. Exhale, flow, chaturanga. Halfway down. Inhale, up dog. You always have the choice here to come down on the knees first. Chaturanga, open, up dog. Open the chest, open the shoulders. Exhale, down dog. Send the hips back. Pedaling the feet here. Beautiful. And come back to stillness, feet about hip width apart. Inhale, raise that left leg back into 3-legged dog. Reach it high. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, step it between the hands here. Pivot the back foot, and then windmill your hands up into warrior 2 arms, parallel to the mat. Settle yourself into your warrior 2 here. So look at both arms. Look at the front knee. If it's tracking inwards, open it up so you can see the big toes. And then really plant the back foot into the mat. Good. Look past the 2 front fingers. Reach out of the fingers as if you're sending lightning bolts out into the universe here. Draw the core into your spine. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Really reach that left arm overhead. Option to bind that right arm behind you. Bend that front knee a little deeper, opening the left shoulder. So really peeling the left shoulder open to the sky. Inhale, warrior two arms. Exhale, release the left forearm down on the left thigh, sweeping the right arm overhead. Inhale. Exhale, reach that right arm. Really reach here, bending that front knee deeper. Maybe opening that front knee a little bit with a forearm. Option here to go a little deeper in the core workout and send that left arm to meet the right. Try not to collapse in that left side of the abdominals here. 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, back to warrior two arms. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse your warrior as you exhale. Inhale, back to warrior two arms. Exhale, windmill your arms forward. Step it back into high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Really lift those kneecaps. Press the top of the feet down into the mat. Exhale, down dog. Good. Take a deep breath here. Release the knees down on the mat. Open the knees mat width apart. Big toes to touch. Send your hips back into the heels, lengthening the arms forward. You can bring your head onto a block if that feels good. Take a few deep breaths here into the lower belly. Inhale, activate the arms, lift the elbows off of the mat, tent the fingers. Exhale, walk them to the right for a nice left side stretch. Release the arms down, release the forehead down. Take a deep breath into the left side, expanding the ribs. And then as you exhale, relax that left hip down towards the heel. One more inhale. And then exhale. On your next inhale, walk your arms forward, tenting the fingers, really reaching the fingers a little bit more further, and then exhale, walk them to the left and release the forehead, release the arms down onto the mat. Deep inhale into that right side. Exhale, release that right hip down towards the right heel. One more breath. Exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Pull yourself up into a tabletop. Knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders, tuck toes. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. And then just allow your hands to walk towards your feet. Bend the knees generously and allow yourself to just fold here into ragdoll. Maybe holding opposite elbows and just swaying gently side to side. If this isn't accessible to you, you can just lower your hands down on blocks or bend the knees more generously so you can allow your chest and your torso to land on your thighs. And then come down onto your knees. And then we'll have our blocks nearby. Turn your shins onto your sides, come onto your sit bones. Bring the legs forward, sit on your sit bones. We're just gonna anchor down here for a minute in Dandasana. Bring your palms, so this is staff pose. Bring your palms down onto your mat, right along your hips, fingers pointing forward towards the toes, toes flexing towards you. Inhale. Open the shoulders back and down. So roll the shoulders back and down, pressing the palms into the mat. Lift the heart up, lift the sternum up, and feel that golden string almost reaching from the tailbone through the midline of the body, through the throat, through the head, all the way out of the crown of the head to lengthen out, straightening out, and then release your Dandasana. Place your hands behind your hips, bend the knees, plant the soles of the feet, bring the feet about mat width apart, and just start swaying the knees side to side really gently here to loosen up the hips a little bit, loosen up the lower back. Then we're going to come into some core work here in our vinyasa flow. So plant the soles of the feet down on the mat and really feel the sit bones anchored down onto the mat. Place your hands behind the thighs. Inhale, reach the sternum, chest forward, opening the front line of the body. And then exhale, allow your back to round, drawing the belly button into the spine, chin to chest. Inhale. This is cat-cow, sitting in a seated pose. Exhale, allow your back to round, dropping the head. One more. Draw the elbows along your sides here. And then exhale, round. Good. Come back into a neutral seat. Take a block, place it between the thighs here. We're going to squeeze the block with our thighs. And then just bring your hands to heart, or bring your hands along the front of your body parallel to the mat. Palms can be facing up or down. Allow the shoulders to relax here in their sockets. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the sternum, squeeze the block. Exhale, draw the navel into the spine and just slowly slip the feet off of the mat, lifting the shins, coming into a 90-degree angle with your legs here. Deep breath. Keep that core working for you here. Squeeze the block. This is a modified boat pose using the block. You can use your hands to heart. You can open your arms wide here, just like this, or bring your hands to heart. You can even experiment having your arms overhead. And then slowly lower the feet down onto the mat, holding onto the shins. Inhale, reach the sternum up, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, round, release the block, round into your cat. Good. And then keeping the block released, no block on the legs this time. Inhale, find that point of stability right at the base of the sit bones, right at the base of the tailbone, the coccyx. And then just allow yourself once again to raise the legs off of the mat into a 90-degree angle here. Arms along your sides. We're gonna do a bit of a flow here. So we're gonna inhale, lower into a hover. Exhale, bring it back up into your bow pose. Inhale, lower, drawing the navel into the spine. Exhale, bring yourself up. 3 more. 3. Strong legs. 2. When you bring yourself up, really bring that chest up. Lower down, inhale. Exhale up into your boat pose. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet down. Hold on to the shins. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug here. Deep breaths into the lower belly. Good. And then when you're ready, just allow yourself to slowly roll down onto your back, forearms first, landing the back down onto the mat here. And then just bring your feet mat width apart, dropping the knees inwards towards each other here. Take 2 deep breaths. Option also here to just draw the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice hug. Maybe swaying side to side here, feeling the weight of your hips, anchoring your lower back down into the mat. Good. Release the soles of the feet back down on the mat. Take a block, place it between the thighs, squeezing the block with the thighs. Bring the back of the heels closer in towards your buttocks. So maybe just barely grazing the back of the heels with your fingers. Really plant the soles down into the mat. Inhale, take a really deep breath into the lower belly. Exhale, really draw the navel into the spine, press the lower back down, squeeze the block, lift the tailbone off of the mat and peel yourself off into a bridge. Feel the arms anchored down into the mat here, palms facing down. 2 deep breaths here. Maybe lifting a little higher, press the heels down into the mat, sending the knees forward, and then lifting with the glutes here. And then slowly lower down each vertebra at a time until you find yourself down into the mat. Take a pause here when you lower down. Take a deep breath, and then exhale. We'll do this again. Inhale, press the lower back down, lift the tailbone up, and then exhale, really raise the hips off of the mat into your bridge. Squeezing the block here. Maybe you want to send the shoulders beneath you, interlacing the fingers, pressing the arms down into the mat, lifting the chest towards your face, sending the knees forward, lift a little higher here, squeeze the glutes. Feel the pubic bone and the hip bones reaching towards the sky here. 5 breaths. Reach a little higher for the last 2 breaths. And then exhale, slowly release the shoulders, release the hands, and release the upper back, middle back, lower back. And finally the hips down onto the mat. Release the block. Place the feet about mat width apart and just windshield wipe the knees with your breath. Inhale back to center, exhale lower. Inhale back to center. Exhale low. Bring your awareness to the sensation that you're feeling in your hips and your lower back here. Good. Beautiful. And then come back to center. Bring your knees up into a 90-degree angle. Your arms can be out into a T, or they can be overhead. You can have a block nearby. We're going to come into a twist. You have options here. You can keep just the thighs glued together like so, and then just drop the knees to the right, or interlace the left thigh around your right, and then drop the knees to the right. The knees can land on blocks. Find yourself into your twist here, your supine twist. And then just allow deep breath to reach down into that left side, really lengthening that left side. Exhale, relax the left shoulder down into the mat, option to look towards the left. Maybe closing the eyes here. And then when you're ready, if you binded the legs, unbind the legs first and then draw the knees back to center. Just allowing yourself to stabilize in your center again here. Deep breath. And then When you're ready, you can just drop the knees directly to the left or bind that right leg on top of the left and drop the knees directly to the left. Option here to have a block underneath your knees or between the knees. And then one more deep breath. Exhale, relax all of the upper back, the right shoulder down into the earth. And then when you're ready, slowly release the top leg and then draw the knees back up to center, giving yourself that hug again. And then release the soles of the feet down on the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Drop the knees open in your supine butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Again, you can have your arms overhead to allow the nice opening of the side body to happen here. And just relax the eyes, relax the lids of the eyes down. Relax your jaw. You can have blocks on the outside of the knees to support yourself here. Deep belly breaths. And allow the lower back and the mid back to relax as you exhale. And whenever you're ready, we'll come into our final pose in our corpse pose, Shavasana. You can stay here in your Shavasana. This can be Shavasana for you. We're going to end our practice in Shavasana. You can extend the legs out, wide open in the star pose here. And open the arms out and just allow yourself to completely let go in your Shavasana. Release any effort. And notice any sensations arising right now for you in this moment, flooding your body. Complete sense of ease. Stay here for as long as you like to really fully appreciate it and embody yourself in your Shavasana. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice, for following along on this channel. Namaste.